I need to. Can I copy my chat boxes and stuff over? Copy. Yes. Paste. No.
Oh, so you can see the chats.
Yeah. Chat box. Chat box. Chat box.
Oh, I'm a special
You are a
guest.
special guest.
Wow.
And if you count if you play nice in the sandbox, you could become a permanent guest. We'll just make a whole brand new live
Ooh,
stream every week.
ooh. Hang on. I'm just gonna shut my door so my family doesn't.
Okay. Do anything inappropriate? Ooh, can I just do this? Anybody?
Well, my kids destroyed my office. I have to clean it up.
Oh no.
So there's game pieces and toys and stuff everywhere.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
so
All right. And then okay, I think I have the chat box set up correctly. Let's just make it really big.
do you ever use that hard hat behind you?
Sometimes when I'm like climbing up the ladder and just like last fall, I needed to replace a light in the backyard, and it's at the peak of the roof, which is about 35, 40 feet up. And so when I was climbing that high on a ladder, I figured I probably should have some sort of protection outside of a life insurance policy. So yeah, so I wear that when I'm actually doing dangerous things, or like doing drywall on the ceiling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think that hat would stay on if you fell?
It's it has a ow. I hit the camera.
You should have been
I
wearing
should
it.
have.
You should have been wearing it to go get it.
So the hard hat
Oh, that is
it's
nice.
actually it's actually not that bad. And
oh, that adds like 3 optical inches.
oh my God, when I did that, I just like blew a whole bunch of foam dust everywhere. And it's very
You should
customizable.
you should be wearing your mask
I know,
too.
right?
So this is the safety equipment
This is the
episode.
safety equipment episode. So, okay, I'm ready for our chat.
That's what's funny is that's exactly how you would look if we were meeting in
Exactly.
person to
Well,
talk.
absolutely, especially in this day and age. Yeah, I love
I like the wings. You should leave it like that all the
I
time.
look like Goofy.
You
Well, hey kids.
you don't need the mask. You don't need the mask.
Hot dog.
I bet if you wore like that to Disney, they would tell you not to
Please
enter
don't come in.
because you look too much like him.
I may have told you when I was in Orlando a few weeks back, and I went to Galaxy's Edge. I was literally like, out of the thousands of people there, I was literally like the only one wearing a face mask. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised. But or maybe I shouldn't have been.
I mean, Florida, and I mean not to turn it into a COVID cast, but yesterday or the day before, Florida saw its highest number for one single day since the pandemic started.
It's insane.
So
yeah. And you heard that the auto show is now canceled.
Mm-hmm,
so who knows what's going to happen?
So there's, I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's canceled also.
No, definitely. So I am still working on Audrey too, and you were in the chat last week, watching me destroy a bunch of foam cushion.
By the way, one of my all-time favorite musicals and all-time favorite characters is Audrey too. So
you would make a great Audrey too. Oh, hold on just a second. I'm getting a phone call. Yes. Hello. Hello. No. No. I'm on a live stream right now. Yeah. Can you please call back? Thank you. Okay. Continue. It looks like a giant phone.
We're missing the laugh track. You should have a button. Because I'm probably not gonna laugh. I'll be honest with you. But you should have a button. That's
what's the first rule of improv? Always agree.
Yes and. Yes and.
And your
are we doing
your yes and is laughing at my jokes.
What? Wait. It's not it's not yes and I'll tell you what to do.
I'm sorry. Can you speak
It's
louder?
yes
Can you
and.
speak in my good ear?
Which one of the four?
I'm Ross Perot. Vote for me.
Wow, that dated you quite a bit. there's if there is if anybody under the age of 38 watches this stream, they're gonna be like, huh? Who is that?
What cartoon was Ross Perot on?
They're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, wait, they mispronounced Prospero.
Oh,
Isn't Prospero the mouse? Isn't there a mouse called named Prospero?
yeah, there is.
Yeah. See, that joke works on two levels. That's how you
do
tell a
Prospero.
joke. That's how you, is that Prospero? Okay.
It's a small world after all.
Shh. You're gonna get a copyright claim if you keep going.
For the two people that are probably related to us in one way or another that are watching the show. So
I'm pretty sure I'm one of them.
You have this streaming on another computer. So I took a
that looks
mannequin
nice.
head, and I ended up picking up a foam cutter, which was super cool and very, very fast at accomplishing this task. And I just hollowed it out. So now, so
to be clear, because I have a mannequin head. I have a couple of those styrofoam ones also, but they're solid inside.
They are.
So did you actually cut in and okay?
Absolutely, yeah. There's this whole.
That would have been nice to see.
Well, when the episode comes out, you'll see it.
So you did record.
Yeah. When the full episode comes out, you'll be able to see it. But there's this whole foam cutting kit that I picked up. And one thing I learned about cutting foam with heat instruments is to wear very protective gas masks, because I was seeing purple elephants and mice.
You were like, wait, I don't remember painting Audrey and giving her teeth. Oh my god,
she's coming alive! But I literally so this plugs in.
Feed me, AP. Feed me now.
You were born to play this, Tony Cox.
I love the part of Audrey. Well, it's a perfect role for me because you don't have to see me, and I can sound overzealous and egotistical and
pretty much how you normally
all
sound.
That good stuff.
Well, there's zero acting involved.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Accurate. I guess that tracks.
This is going to be our new podcast. This is what Tony and Tony Do Hollywood should have been if the technology existed.
Yeah. Well, we could bring that back. I mean, I don't know. We don't really watch enough stuff on like you usually don't see things right when they come out. So.
That's true. I like to take my time. I'm not a big fan of going to the theater these days. And it's hard to get.
I watched Suicide Squad last night, but I didn't go to the theater. It was on HBO Max.
We went to go see what was it called? Quiet Place 2. We saw that in the theater. We did a date night. But it's hard. I mean, when you have kids to
do absolutely
solo.
I mean, I end up going to the movies by myself because we just can't bring the kids and I'm the type of person where, because I'm watching videos about stuff or reaction videos or reading up on the news, like I have to go see a Marvel movie or a DC movie right when it comes out, or else it gets spoiled for me. Because I don't want it to get spoiled for me.
You get FOMO, don't you, with these things? You okay?
Sorry, I forgot to put on the baby cam because my daughter's napping in the next room. So
Gotcha.
I was telling my Alexa to turn it on.
Got it. So I've hollowed this out, and
so you hollowed out the head. So you cut out the styrofoam brains.
And I have to figure out which side is going to be up. Either I go this route where she has a big lower jaw, or I go this route and her jaw is a little bit smaller. And I think I'm also going to cut this down a little bit further because my hands are so big that the whole thing can't fit in nicely. So right now it's kind of like this. Beep, 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 Tony.
Yeah, I think I'd go big jaw down.
Big jaw down.
I think
That sounds
so.
like a war movie.
Big jaw down. Yeah,
Or
directed by Ridley
or a
Scott.
prison or a prison movie.
The prison movie, yeah.
Yeah, big jaw down looks good.
Because I believe at that moment in the movie too, Audrey too is very anemic.
Yeah.
So it looks like it almost looks like a frowny face, you know.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
So
And then I have some leftover gas dryer venting, and so that'll be.
oh, nice.
You can kind of see where I'm going with this.
What kind of paint do you think you're gonna have to put on that dryer vent to make it stick?
Well, first of all, it's not going to be a huge amount because this is the grow for me Seymour, so it's going to be a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think I'm going to paint it with Plasti Dip, which is a
Okay.
it's a rubberized paint in a can. It's what I also used for the Harvey Swick EVA foam mask about a year or two ago, and that will give it a nice coating, which then I can just put regular. I'll put model paint on it, I think, and that should suffice. And I'll also, decorate this with leaves, and I'll probably come up with some other stuff to make it look more organic. Um, because right now you have the metal that's obviously.
Maybe some vine things
Yeah,
or something.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And
I mean, it looks. I think that will look nice.
yeah, I mean it's a decent solution.
Because
for what I have.
even with the wrinkles in it, it looks kind of vinish.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, there's going to be like leaves kind of around it
Yeah.
too, which will be covering most of it. I'll be cutting those out of EVA foam, which I have upstairs. But the next step on this one really is to do the lips.
The
Yeah,
whips?
I'm just gonna
The
do
whips?
some lips on her to give her some more texture here. And then once I have the lips done and dry and kind of sculpted, then I'll put the
We keep
plastic.
calling Audrey to a her, but it occurred to me that it's a dude's voice.
It's maybe it's asexual. Maybe.
I mean, well, plants are not. I don't believe plants are asexual, but are they? No,
Why
they're not.
couldn't this one be?
I mean, it identifies as a
It's
plant.
a mean
I
green
guess that's what
mother
it
from
is.
out of space. Outer space.
What did you say?
Out of space.
Out of space.
It's a mean green mother from outer space. And I'm mad.
Outer space.
So I mean, she does refer to her. Maybe it's just a female plant with a very deep voice.
That's true. Why judge? Why label?
Exactly.
Let's not put a label on it.
So I'll just refer to it as
They.
They.
It's they.
So
it's
they. So
as
I'm
them.
gonna put paint on them.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm just gonna call it.
But it doesn't matter if you like it. It's what they
What
like.
do you like? She. Oh, she said she. I said she.
Wow.
Hey Tony, it's a styrofoam ball. She is a styrofoam ball. Did you see it when they did it at what was the school that Jesse Roach went to in Harrington? Harrington. They did Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, really? What's funny is I don't think I've ever seen it live in full, like as a full production.
You didn't see it when Bill Rayton did it back in the Grand?
No, I loved it as a kid, and then I didn't really get into. When did Bill do it?
Oh boy, 89, 90.
Oh yeah. No. Because when I was when I was a kid, I didn't even know the world of community theater existed.
Ah,
So I didn't even like, and my parents were not into that kind of stuff. So I never experienced anything like that, even remotely.
gotcha, gotcha. You know,
Mhm.
just maybe
I stayed home and watched Star Trek all day.
as you know, a young lad is wont to do. So
Oh, it was the only thing I could do.
I was a bad host, so I didn't even introduce you to the two people that are watching this. One of them possibly being you. But
Oh,
and there's no one in the chat, which is weird. But I guess you're typically the one in the chat, so and Alex, but he's probably busy.
yeah, I usually show
Yeah.
up.
So
But there's usually one or two other people.
yeah. Um, so for those of
Maybe
you,
they saw my name and they were like, let me silence my phone, by the way. I apologize. Maybe they saw my name and said, nope.
oh, you know what? I did a bad job of promoting this too. I just went live. I didn't even post it. So maybe I should post it.
You were
I was
scared.
scared. I was scared.
You didn't,
Actually, you know what?
you didn't want people to know.
I'm going to go share it now.
Why? I haven't even shared this on
Dude,
Facebook. Why have I not done that?
I need to. I mean, this is only like my 15th live stream. I still need to figure out all the ways to promote these things to get some traction. But anyway, so for those of you who are watching later, which I know there's a bunch of you because I get like 100 views of these things after they go live. Um, my friend here is Mr. Anthony James Cox. He and I are both from the beautiful coastal region of Maine. Oh, sharing. Of course, I'm sharing my screen so you can see all that. There we go. Tony and I have done lots of theater together. We actually produced our very first show together at the Grand Auditorium in Ellsworth, Maine. It was The Odd Couple. I played Felix and he played Oscar, and it was amazing. Sure.
To be clear, you produced and was Felix, and I directed and I was Oscar, and that was a terrible idea on so many levels.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, me acting and directing was a terrible idea. And I and let's be honest, you agreed at the time. I mean, after the first, after opening night, it's everything went much better.
Right.
But up until the curtain opened and the first few scenes where I didn't forget my lines, and the audience was responding positively to the show. It's funny because at the time I was like, oh, this is a great idea. And then years later, after it was a success, I was like, that was a terrible idea. I should never do that again.
Well, we were very new to the process of doing something on our own, like out of high school and barely college. I had been doing stuff at the Grand, but not at like an executive producer level, and I don't know what your directing experience was, but we all at the time.
I had directed, it's funny, I had co-directed a show in high school with the faculty of the high school were the cast. Yes. And I co-directed with Lisa.
Yes.
And then I was actually at the University of Maine doing a liberal arts degree and doing theater classes, and I was directing, like doing scene work, and one of my classes I had to direct a one act play. So I had done a handful of thing-ishes.
Sure.
But
so this was like a full scale 2.5 hour.
Yeah.
Neil Simon classic. But I think we learned a lot. We learned a lot about each other. I mean, we were still pretty fresh in our friendship too. That was what, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, we had just met.
That was fall. That was fall of 2000 is when that show went up, I believe.
Yeah. but our friendship was still relatively in the infant stages. So, but yes, we had it was
Yeah.
quite the
And
process.
it appeared to be a very short friendship.
Yes, it was only until recently we started talking to each other again.
No. No, but I mean, I vividly remember, literally driving from your post office box in Blue Hill to the Grand in Ellsworth the night the show was opening, like mere hours. It might not have been hours. It might have been like an hour or two before the show was going to open, and I just remember that I thought for sure like our friendship was over at that point, and I was like, I don't know how we're gonna make it to the next few hours, let alone the next 2 weeks of shows. And and
Hmm.
you got you were mad about something and you threw something out the window from your mailbox, and I was like, what the hell was that? And you took like a half a beat, and you looked at me and screamed at the top of your lungs, airmail. And I just remember like it was such an absurd moment that we both broke down laughing, and like the tension broke, and like and
Yeah.
then like we had a mini heart to heart on the rest of the
Yes.
drive, and then I, the show went up and I was at ease, and I remembered 98% of my lines. I think there were 2 lines I missed,
Mhm.
and everything went great, and um that was
Yeah.
that was fantastic.
Airmail.
That was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. Back 21 years ago, I littered, and I apologize. I do not do that anymore. But yeah, it was an interesting experience for sure. I thought I was going to kill you several times, but then we kind of went our own ways after that, and I did London Suite. Well, I think you were still doing stuff up at Orono because you weren't involved with London Suite.
No, no, I was doing some other stuff. I think my car broke down, and I
Yeah.
was living in Bangor, which was about 30 miles from Ellsworth. So I wasn't able to
Right.
get to and fro very easily. And so um and then I actually ended up acting and directing again, but it was a much better experience because of what I learned from doing The Odd Couple. Um, and we did it was with the Meeting House Theater Lab in Winter Harbor, Maine, and
Hmm.
we did one of my favorite plays that I've ever worked on, I've ever read, called Almost Maine. And that show is just fantastic. It's kind of absurdist humor mixed with, you know, drama,
I
and
remember that.
yeah, such a great show, and takes place in Maine, which is fun a little bit, but doesn't sort of rely on you knowing stuff about Maine. I'm pretty sure it premiered off
Hmm.
Broadway at one point. Um, and and I was in it's basically a series of scenes in this town, and it's made for 4 actors, two guys and 2 girls, and but we had about five five guys and 4 or 5 women, maybe 6 women. And so we just, I was in 2 of the scenes, I think. And or I played 2 characters and I was in 2 scenes. And then I directed the whole show. And that was a great experience. That was a fantastic experience, actually.
How long? Oh, mom's on, and she says, "Hi, Two Tones." Hi, mom.
Hi, Mom.
How long after? Because so we did lunch. So it's Castle Theater Productions. So for those of you who don't know, Castle Theater Productions was our theater company. It was a nonprofit in Ellsworth, and our first premiere play was Neil Simon's The Odd Couple. Then we did Neil Simon's
Mhm.
London Suite, which I ended up producing, directing, and acting in. I directed that, right?
Didn't we? I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
did. I think so. I didn't, and I don't think anybody else did. We also did
Golden Years.
Golden Years in between,
I
right?
think that was after. I think that was
Oh, that was
after
after.
because
Okay.
yeah, I think that was after. Oh, and then we did
I
Agency.
stumbled upon. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
So we did London Suite. Then we
That was my first four. That was my first foray into script writing. And
yeah.
are we legally allowed to talk
I
about
have
that?
no idea. It's been almost 20 years. Who knows anything about that anymore? But Golden Years was fun. So Golden Years was a tribute to the golden age of television. And we did an episode, we did a staged episode of The Honeymooners, where
The Honeymooners.
you were Ralph, I was Ed. Um,
Yep.
I think Lorraine was your wife, and
Hmm.
Lorraine Erland was your wife. I forget who. There was another person involved.
Avery
Yes,
played
Avery.
her mother.
Yes,
She played Ralph's
yes.
mother-in-law, and it's funny. I actually just watched. I skimmed through that
Yeah.
video of us doing that um, a little while ago.
Is that the
So
one I sent? That's up on
um,
the
I
OneDrive.
I
Yeah.
think I think so. Yeah.
So then, oh, go for it.
No,
Oh yeah.
go ahead.
So we did an episode of The Honeymooners, and then we it was only like a 45-minute show, an hour show, and so we did two a night.
Yeah.
And then after The Honeymooners, we did Who's on First. You know, the
Yeah. Abbott and
classic.
Costello's Who's on
Yes,
First.
Costello.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun as well. I would love to dust off those lines. Maybe we can do a Zoom version of Who's on First, or a 2021 version of Who's on First.
Yeah. Yeah. I yeah, I love that. I love that piece, that bit.
Mm.
There's my kid. I introduced it to my kids a couple of years ago, and my oldest son Zephram just he it was funny because like my oldest son Zephram is a little he's little high functioning a little bit, and so he doesn't always get stuff right away, but it was wonderful explaining the jokes to him, like how, like why Who's on First is funny. And to see him discovering that for the first time was such a wonderful gift. And it's always been great whenever I introduce him to new content or material or shows or movies or TV or whatever, and then we talk about him afterwards. And another thing that I love watching him recognize is I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and Star Trek has permeated pop culture for the last 50 plus years. And he'll be watching a kid's show, like some animated whatever, and they'll make references to Star Trek, and he'll recognize them, and he'll be like, oh, I get it, like I know what that means when he says beam me up,
Right.
like or that sound happens or whatever, so it's really fun to see him recognize that stuff and make the connections himself. So
That's awesome. I can't wait till my kids are still. I mean, Lyra is 3.5, almost 4. Rain is almost 2, or he's a year and a half. So they're still too young to kind of put the dots all together, and for me to share, like even like the Star Wars stuff. Like I've eased them into the cartoons, and Lyra recognizes Grogu, and she actually calls him Grogu. And she knows the Star
nice.
Wars logo, and we've
Yeah.
watched like Star Wars Legos and things like that. And so she's getting into it, but she still doesn't understand like the overarching concepts, or constructs and theories behind it all. So I'm looking forward to being able to share that stuff with her in the next few years when she starts figuring it out. That's going to be the best.
It's a wonderful, yeah. It's so much fun to sort of introduce kids to the stuff that we liked and grew up with. Although, be be prepared for when they tell you it's boring, or they don't want to watch it, or it's like whatever. Sure. So, but yeah. What? Oh, yeah. I can hear you. Yes. And I'm pretty sure everyone else can hear me. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, they can't hear you. They can only hear me. All right, guys. So
Done. Okay, now they should be able to hear me. And properties. All right, I think in a pinch we're just gonna have to go this route. Might be a little bit of an echo. Say something. Say something.
Oh, you have an echo. You have an echo though.
I have an echo. Crap.
Oh no, we both echo.
How bad is it?
We both echo. It's bad. It's bad.
Okay. Hold on. Okay.
Oh God, you said hold on like 7 times. So it repeated it. So it made it 14. You're like, hold on, and I was like,
All right, say something.
Oh, it's better now. It seems better now.
Did you say something?
I did. Oh, sorry, I was listening. Okay, I think it's good. It's good.
Hi, Mom. All right, I think we're going to. Okay, say something.
Echo.
No, still nothing. Crap.
No, it's good. There's no more echo. Stop making changes. It's fine.
Okay, so the microphone.
Other than I'm slightly out of sync, but.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Oh, shoot.
You can hear me, but
Okay.
I can't hear you.
So that's the problem.
Okay, and. Okay, how about now?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think we're gonna have to end the show. We're gonna have to end the show.
Hang on, I'll write it in chat. I'm gonna type it. It's funny because they can hear both of us. I don't know why I'm telling you that because you can't hear me, but they can hear me. Check your chat. Check. Yep. We do that. I can. Okay. There is still an echo. Or there's a new echo.
There's a new echo.
But just for me. So
Right.
you don't echo, but I echo.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to do some more testing on this one.
Yeah, I think it's the
Your laptop
Your
mic is
laptop mic
picking
is
me up
picking
from the
me up from the
speakers,
speakers,
and it's picking me up from the.
from the.
So mute me in
in
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Like mute
Like
the Tony
mute the
Audio in
Tony
Streamlabs
Audio
and see if that
and
helps.
see if that helps.
All right, now say something.
How about now? Good.
Okay, so people can still hear you?
People can hear me. There's no echo, and they can hear you, and there's no echo.
Perfect. Okay.
The only thing is that the quality of my audio is slightly less because I'm coming in from your speakers to microphone.
Got it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, got it. We'll figure this out. This is our first time doing it. Okay. Well, I don't remember where we were until I'm going to throw these trash. Okay.
Wow.
Peace out. They've been literally I will now. These are not real AirPods. They were freebies from a vendor. So
Oh, I see. They're
Yeah.
probably like $20 worth of garbage.
oh, absolutely. And I don't want to use the Bose ones because audio for some reason on Zoom does not come out in both of them. It just comes out in one of them. So whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is weird. So maybe I'll check out the real AirPods and see if that's a better solution. Oh, Mira's here.
Oh.
I think she's upstairs though. All right, so we're gonna wrap up. But Tony, this was fun. We should make this a regular occurrence.
Well, it does conflict with my therapy every other week, so
Okay, we can work around that. Maybe we do a late.
that'll be good because this week you get me all crazy, and then I go to therapy next week, and then next week I come back and I get all. No, I'm just kidding. It's it's.
Am I a
trust
trigger?
me.
Am I a trigger for you?
You are not a trigger. That is not true. No,
Okay.
not at all.
Well, cool, man. This was fun. Lots
Yeah.
of technological, nerdy offer world, offer world stuff that we need to figure out.
Outer space.
Offer space.
Oh my lord.
All right, brother.
I'll have to bring a project next time because I feel like I should be like working on something while you're working on something.
So before I named the channel Made by AP, I was gonna call it Making and Breaking, and then for some reason I changed it to Made by AP. So maybe this is our Making and Breaking podcast, where every week I work a little bit on my project, you do something that you're working on. We chat and we do it so it can not just be visual, and it can also be audio as well. So.
I like it.
Awesome, cool, man. All right. Well, let me know how therapy goes, and
Yeah, I will.
and for the folks that are watching, thanks so much for joining. Bye, Mom. And if you're watching this after the fact, apologies for all the technical issues that we encountered. It is our first time, and it hurt. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.